Thanks to the support as a channel member, A11 Scorpio 1996. Well, after the shenanigans of winning at Wembley again, we're now back focusing on trying to win the Champions League. We did all that good work, finished top of the Champions League, skipped the first knockout round and got rewarded with Atletico Madrid in the last 16. Hello and welcome to part 144 of Wembley to Wembley. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our second leg of the Champions League last 16 against Atletico, and then another football match. Might be another Champions League game if we get through. Might be one of these Premier League games if we don't. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Since you were last with me, we've not played a huge amount of football. I think you left us at the EFL Cup final. We then needed extra time to have the reserves knock Wrexham out of the FA Cup. By the way, Sam Lambert, now accomplished, playing as a deep lying playmaker as defensive midfielder. He's our new depth in that position. That's exciting. And then we've picked up a couple of Premier League wins against Bournemouth and Brighton and drew away from home against Atletico in the first leg, thanks to a Renault equaliser in the 89th minute. That stung a bit. Do you want to know what else stung a bit? There's been a theme this season. One shot, it was a penalty, and we still almost lost. I think we should be okay, but we do have a habit of doing that. It just seems to happen so very often. This is the team for the second leg, our home leg. Are we at Stamford Bridge or are we at the Gavin Rose? We are at Stamford Bridge. It seems random where we play, but it's Biayi in goal, a back four of Nguesson, Mane, Starrico and Diaz, Christodoulou and Sabatino in midfield, Renault, Ansong and Williams behind Belkacemi up front. It's our first choice 11. Let's go out there and show Atletico Madrid that we are better than that first leg scoreline suggests we were. I mean, we absolutely outplayed them. We were the better team. We were banging on the door throughout the entire match and just didn't look like we were ever going to get the breakthrough. Actually managed to grab that equaliser right at the death, but I would like it to be less stressful today, please. We're back to the good old Christodoulou longish throws. We haven't done one of these for ages in a video. And Christodoulou trying to finish it off for himself, lays it off to Williams, whose shot goes just a smidgen wide. I think I actually hit the post. Very close to getting the breakthrough early on. Looking at the teams that are still in the Champions League, I moaned a little bit about it being a tough game. There are no easy games, are there? I mean, Porto Benfica, we'll take the winner of that if we get through the next round. Playing a Portuguese team in the quarterfinal would be very nice. But in fact, we've got Porto against Benfica. We've got Milan against Inter. There's some rivalry matches going on today. And here's us just playing Atletico, because why not? Who, by the way, have still only had one shot in the entire tie across two legs. They're very, very defensive and boring. But goodness me, are they hard to break down? We're trying. We've had 8 shots. Right, we're going to have another attempt at a longish throw from Christodoulou. He throws it to Mane. Mane and Starrico, both at that near post. Mane lays it off to Sabatino. Now Mane, and he's not the man we want on the ball here, really. Lays it off to Renault, who did grab the equaliser in the first leg and forces a save out the keeper right at the end of this first half. And we've got a corner. And we know how threatening we can be from corners. Get the big boys forward, aim for them. It's a terrible corner. Williams picks up the scraps, but there's not even been enough go on in that first half to generate any decent amount of stoppage time. We only got 1 minute. And it's frustration again. Not only have Atletico got a Kevin, they've also got an Ian who's just come on. Some great names at Atletico. Right, Starrico, back to Nguesson. Just shoot from there. Go for it. Shoot from there. No, you're not going to shoot from there. Mane. Back to Starrico. Everyone's back in their position now. Diaz plays it forward to Williams. Williams, can he find the cross? Floats it over looking for Renault. And Renault scores again. He's decided to single-handedly deal with Atletico. And I am here for it. It's 1-0 to Wembley on the night. 2-1 on aggregate. And now for the first time in the entire tie, Atletico are actually going to have to try and do some attacking. They're behind in the tie for the first time. They've still only had the one shot across the two legs from the penalty spot. They are going to have to actually do an attack if they've got any hope of staying in the Champions League. So it'll be interesting to see how they respond. Hopefully it will lead to them to them creating some space at the back for us to exploit, and we can add a couple more goals and make this a little bit more comfortable. But they've just been so hard to break down. We're seeing it again today. Very, very strong defensively, but we're turning into a very strong defensive team as well. We've invested hundreds of millions of pounds in defenders over the last 18 months, and it's showing. We have a very strong backline. We just need that world-class goalkeeper to really complement them, and we'll be this kind of team that you just can't score against. Christodoulou bursting forward, lays it off to Renault, who has another shot. He's just trying to do it all on his own. Right, we've got ourselves another corner. It's going to be Belkacemi to hit the in-swinger again. We're loading up the near post where, I mean, we didn't even beat the first man. That didn't seem to go to plan at all. Starrico to Mane. We need to adjust something so the ball doesn't end up with them on the second phase of play from a corner, because they are not the players who we want to be receiving the ball in that position. We want it to be Sabatino, Christodoulou, so we can actually keep an attack going. Right, Ansong bursting into the area. Plays it back, I think he does. Plays it back to Williams. Diaz shoots from range. It was the wrong choice. We had men in the 6-yard box. Look for one of them. Don't try and go for the glory on your own. Right, Williams is now going to hit the in-swinger. It's loads and loads of Wembley pressure here. And it falls to Ansongs. We've actually got a midfielder, 2 midfielders on the edge of the area. They've heard me. Williams trying to drive it across goal, but it's cleared by the Atletico defenders. And they are clinging on at the moment, but they are behind in the match. So it's not going to be, they can't just get away with just clinging on. They are going to have to get out there and try and do a goal. Right, they are going to get a shot here. It's Ian, and that is their second shot of the entire 2-leg tie. And it's from a set piece again, and they missed. So they're an interesting team, that's for sure. By which I mean they're really, really boring. We've got some tired legs to deal with. And Gessen is going to come off, and we'll bring on Marath. Diaz can go across to the other side, and we'll just put him on support as well and just try and lock things down a little bit in there. Fanimo is going to come on. Williams can come off for Paranos, and Renault is going to come off for Evra, and we'll stick Belkacemi out onto the left-hand side again. And 4 changes. Let's see if we can generate something from somewhere. I mean, look how defensive. To me, with the positional rotation stuff, this shouldn't even work, because you can only have 3 players in one like zone of the pitch. So you can't have a halfback and an inverted fullback. They're not, something in there is not even going to work. But it clearly works to the point where they've always got at least 3 in there, which is what's causing the problem. Again, this isn't going to work because you can't have 2 players inverting at wing back, because you can't have more than 3 in this zone. They're trying to break the match engine, the little rascals. Right, Mane's shattered. Mane can come off. Lambert can come on for him, and we drop Fanimo back in there. And I've done something wrong. Hold on. Right, let's try that again. There you go. Lambert getting to play in his new position. Fanimo can drop back into his old position, and we get to see Lambert as an accomplished deep-lying playmaker in a Champions League knockout round game. I mean, it's probably not the time to be experimenting, but he's been training there for 2 years. It's not really an experiment at this point. He's played there a lot. He's come off the bench playing there, but now he's actually properly supposed to be able to play there, so he shouldn't be getting penalised in the match engine for it anymore. Starrico with a £70 million header clear. That stings. And I know we did it to them in the first leg, but it was an entirely different circumstances because we've dominated both legs. They just don't deserve that. That's their first shot on target from open play in 2 matches. And it's our own fault for not finishing them off. And now we've got to pick ourselves up and break them down again. And we know what a nightmare they are to break down. So what do? I think we bring on Salaver. We tell him he's just going to have to attack. In fact, can he attack? Not really. Diaz is just going to have to attack. We've got no left-hand side again. This is why I needed that guy that I wanted in January. I wasn't just being mad when I already had Nguessen. There was logic behind it, and this is me. I'm doing a Jose Mourinho. I'm demonstrating to the board that this is their fault. Look at what I'm having to play on my left-hand side. Belkacemi and Diaz. You didn't let me have that extra player who can cover both of those positions. He was only 40 million quid. Winning the Champions League is worth more than 40 million quid. This is your fault, board. They're just trying to keep this. Oh, for goodness sake. I love him, but he frustrates me. Goodness me, does he frustrate me? Well, I mean, I don't even know what's happening now. Right, we are going to have to try and be fancy. He's going to invert as a wing back to get up alongside Lambert. Lambert's going to have to do this all on his own. Rath's going to invert as a fullback. Can Fanimo libero? Oh, he can't. He should be able to. I don't even know why I'm even trying to think of that. Right, Lambert and Diaz when we've got possession. When we don't, Lambert is the midfield on his own, and that is not ideal. But we've got no substitutions left. And the onus is still on us to grab a winner. We're not here to defend. We know we're good enough to score against them. So let's do it now. Lambert with the in-swinger. Fanimo, second bite of the cherry. Still can't get it in. Now Diaz. Diaz to Starrico. Do me a £70 million goal. No, it's going to be a breakaway now for Atletico. They're going to... see, Starrico's not having any of it. This man is worth every penny that we paid for him. That was poor from him. What a waste of money. Goodness me. Right, somebody get the tackle in here. This is where not having a midfield becomes problematic. Look at the amount of space they've got there. But we don't even have Ansong to drop back in because we brought Salaver on. Salaver is a striker who can play attacking midfield. He can't play in front of the back four. This is hideous. This is utterly hideous what's happened to us here. Chris Dadulu has a lot to answer for, but so do the board for leaving us in this position. I take no responsibility for it. Right, we go to just a proper back three. Forget moving into a back three. Let's just do a proper back three. You can be a wide centre back. You can be a wide centre back. We don't want them pushing forward. We just want them covering those wider areas. Fanimo goes in there. We've got three strikers. And it's so unbalanced. We've got four centre backs, an attacking midfielder, a winger, and three strikers on the pitch. No wonder we're bombing out of the Champions League. I guess the onus now is on us winning the Premier League. This isn't ideal at all. Have we got a hero to step up and grab us an equaliser? This is the last roll of the dice, surely. Belkacemi finds the cross. It falls to Paranos and he scored! Oh, my word! We're still alive! We're still alive! We drop back to a positive mentality. We'll take the penalty shootout now. We are still alive in the Champions League. Maybe this is the shape we should have switched to when the red card first happened. If we manage to stay in this competition in these circumstances, goodness me, is this some heroics? Right. I'm so tired. Tom, sort him out. He has. That works for me. Oh, my word. Right. It's a penalty shootout. Let's adjust the camera. Zoom out a little bit so we can actually see what's going on. Here we go. Penalty shootout, ahoy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And he's made the penalty. The aliens are in, but we've saved a penalty. Oh, it's going to happen. Paranos, the hero from extra time, has stopped being a hero because he's now missed as well. Oh, God. Okay. Let's watch it from this end. Let's zoom way back in again. We're going to watch it from here. I need a different camera angle, a luckier one. From miles away. I thought that was a save because we're so far away. I'm just going to go back to my normal camera angle. Let's not try and be clever. Normal camera angle. Belkacemi. Are we reversed still? Turn reversed off. Right, it's 1-1. Come on, boys. We've had our fun playing with camera angles. Now let's have our fun winning a penalty shootout. I Can't believe Paranos was a hero, went hero to villain as quickly as he did. It's Lambert now, newly reinvented as a defensive midfielder, and scores 2-2, 2 penalties apiece remaining. We need another hero moment from Bailly, who I've criticised a lot this season, and I will continue to criticise him because that wasn't a hero moment. And now it's Evra. Big ask for him. He was absolutely non-existent when he came on in that match, did nothing. And he's missed £50 million down the drain. We might be getting knocked out of the Champions League anyway. This is going to hurt because we're better than this. We've been better than this over these 2 legs. It's Ian versus Bailly. We need the save or else we're out. Well, I guess we're never going to have a better opportunity to win the Premier League because we've got no distraction now. Financially, that's a problem, by the way, getting knocked out of the Champions League there. One that we're not going to address right now. Christodoulou's going to miss matches at the start of next season's Champions League, but now it's all about the Premier League. We could still win a domestic treble. We've already got the EFL Cup in the bag. We're still in the FA Cup, but we're 6 points off the top of the table with 2 games in hand, and on the last day of the season, we play Manchester City. We could win the Premier League. I am going to show you Tottenham or Liverpool. We're going to play these other matches off camera. I need to have a lie down and recover. We'll show you an important Premier League match. Well, I'm still very sad, but we've just had a long international break to recover from sadness. We also won in the league and knocked Liverpool out of the FA Cup. So we're back at Wembley for an FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City. They could be causing us problems this season, but we have a Premier League game now against Bristol City, who are very much one of the bigger teams around. This is a big deal, big game. And we now find ourselves with 2 games in hand on City again, one of which is this one with the early kickoff. And we're now only 4 points behind them. So if we win both of our games in hand, we could go top of the league before we even play them, which would be jolly nice. So this is quite the important match. If we could go and win, please. So it's Bailly in goal, a back four of Van Gessen, Raf, Starrico and Da Costa. Mane came back. Well, he's one of a number of players who's come back from international duty tired. He was supposed to go on a holiday. I'm just resting him so I don't have to send him on a holiday because I'll need him for Spurs. Fanamo and Sabatino in midfield, Christodoulou suspended as usual. And then Renault, Lambert and Williams behind Evra up front, Belkacemi, another one who's come back from international duty, not fully fit. Not the ideal point of the season for them to all be going off on international duty, to be honest, but there never is a good time. International football is dumb. We need a big performance from Evra today, an equally big performance from Rath at the back, because he... It's a big moment for him to be starting for us at centre back. It's taken him a while to get here. It would be quite nice for him to capitalise on the opportunity and show me that I've got even more options at the back than I thought I had previously. Fanamo back to Raf, and now Sabatino to Fanamo again, and Starrico. There's lots of players whose names end in O. Lambert bursts clear and can't apply the finish. Ansong, by the way, made his debut for Germany during the international break and then got injured. So another one who came back not fully fit. A guy who doesn't even usually go on international duty, but made his debut and then immediately got injured doing internationals. Our squad depth definitely being tested. We go straight from this into a game against Spurs away from home in 3 days' time. And then I think we've got Arsenal 3 days after that. So, I mean, Arsenal aren't the Arsenal of the real world. They're down in mid-table, but it's still lots of games close together, lots of games against teams that we don't really want to be. We want to be playing the easy teams. Give us more Southamptons and Middlesbroughs. We are struggling to get anything going here today without Belkacemi, without Ansong, without Christodoulou. We always struggle attacking wise when we don't have Christodoulou. Raf Torreno, and now Nguessen on the overlap on the left-hand side. Drives the crossover, and the Bristol City defender just got a toe on it, which took it away from Evra and ultimately saved them from what should have been a simple tap-in for Evra. But it is now Bristol City just on the stroke of half-time with a free kick. Let's just not concede here. Oh, offside. The flag is up. I'm hoping that's offside. Come on, ref. Do me a favour. Me and the ref, we go way back. We're big buddies. Don't mess with me here, referee. And good boy. Good referee. That's excellent refereeing. We don't need to see a replay. Let's just all agree that was excellent refereeing. Right. We need a goal in this second half. As you can see, as it stands, this puts us 3 points behind City with a game in hand and we still play them. But if we could win, we go 1 point behind them with a game in hand and are still playing them, which gives us the opportunity to go to their place and draw on the last day of the season, assuming we both win all of our remaining games, which is a big assumption when we just conceded a goal. But a win here does give us that little bit of flexibility to not have to beat them and could still potentially win the league. But that's a frustratingly good goal. And I feel like we are having one of those end of season running out of oomph things that happens all too often when you're playing a high intensity gegenpressing tactic all season long. You do sometimes find you start to pick up all the little niggling injuries like we are, and players start to run out of steam like they are, and it is starting to cost us. Can we have somebody make the breakthrough? And Nguessen drives it over Renault. I mean, it's taken a big deflection, goes behind for a corner. We don't have Mane today. We do have Fanimo. So, I mean, we've seen the amount of goals he's scored from this position in the past. It is aimed at Fanimo, but he can't make contact with it. And we've not had a shot on target in this game. Right. We need to make significant changes. Look how tired they all are. Van Wick's coming on. We don't have a left back. Get the board on the phone again, so they're aware of that. Starico is tired. He's done a lot of travel. We're going to bring... Where is he? Salaver's going to come on. We're going to drop Lambert back there. And we are going to have to take off Nguessen, and I think we're going to put Paolo Roberto there and ask him to invert. We'll have him as an inverted wing back because he can't really play as the overlapping wing back. We'll have Da Costa as an inverted fullback, and we'll do that. And we're just trying something different. It's try something different. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get Lambert Segundo Volanteing as well to try and get him up supporting these guys, because obviously he is still more attack-minded, even though he can play that bit deeper now. He is more of an attack-minded player. We're demanding more. Somebody needs to do something. Evra's having a terrible game. I'm starting to think Evra might not be the answer. How many strikers have we signed in this series now who've scored on their debut? I've declared them the solution to all of our problems, and then they've just stopped. They need to stop scoring on their debuts. It's a curse. Belkacemi is on now, the club captain. This is a big blow to our title aspirations if we lose here. And we're going to lose here because we're now 2-0 down. And this is not ideal at all. It is going to take some favours from Man City for us to still be in with a chance of winning the league when we head to their place on the last day of the season. We still have a game in hand. We're only 4 points behind them. But this was an opportunity today, and it's one we have absolutely blown. And this episode has not pleased me. Williams looking for the consolation goal. Can't even get that. We've got a corner, but who cares? I'm just sad. The international break wasn't long enough. I'm still sad. I'm still affected by what happened against Atletico. Diaz, all the way back to Da Costa. Just end the game now. We're not going to score 3 times in the last 7 minutes, are we? Bristol City are only 5 points behind us. They're pushing for a Champions League spot of their own. So fair play to them, but oh, this stings. This is horrible. Well, we've got it all to do. We'll definitely show Man City in the next episode, and probably the game directly before it as well, which I think is Man United. Hopefully we'll still be in a title race when we get to it. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.